So in Avatar, we have the question on who is the strongest Earthbender of all time, Toph or Bumi? A question that quite literally makes or breaks relationships in the Avatar fandom. They are both ridiculously strong and kinda crazy in their own special ways. But in a fight between the two, who would actually win and be declared the undisputed strongest Earthbender of all time? Well, if you weren't already aware, this fight has already taken place in one of Avatar The Lost Adventure's side stories, simply titled Toph vs Bumi Round 1. It begins in between Season 3 and Season 4, as we see the team and their allies preparing for war against the Fire Lord and the Fire Nation. In the beginning, we see Suki talking with Sokka and Bumi, to which he says, "Wow Bumi, you took Omashu back all by yourself. You must be the greatest Earthbender of all time." To which Toph overhears as she is walking by and begins to get annoyed, asking her what the hell she means this old guy is the best Earthbender ever. To which Bumi corrects her by saying that she said he was the best of all time. This leads to one of Toph's greatest comebacks ever. She says to Bumi that just because your old is there doesn't mean you can actually bend it. After some back and forth bantering between the two, Sokka inserts himself in the situation and declares that we should have an earthbending rumble, to finally decide who is the strongest earthbender ever. In the next part of the story, we see Sokka acting like some kind of boxing fight announcer, stating that he wants a nice, messy, rock-filled battle. He then introduces today's fighters by saying in the east corner we have Toph, aka the Blind Bandit, aka the Runaway, aka the self-proclaimed greatest earthbender of all time. And in the west corner we have Earth King Bumi, aka the mad earthbending genius, aka the over-the-hill hitter, which is kind of an insulting nickname, I can't lie. He then tells the two to begin their fight, and Bumi, without any hesitation, is the first to initiate the battle. He lifts massive boulders above his head and throws them at Toph. This fight then goes back and forth for quite some time, with no one really gaining an edge on the other. As this continued, everybody's favorite rock blocker shows up, Katara. Here we see her complaining that they are in hiding and preparing to fight the Fire Lord himself. She says that they just can't afford to get caught just to settle some minor disagreement. The fight ends up becoming so out of control that even the White Lotus members back at camp begin to shake from it, which obviously alerts them that something is actually happening nearby. When they arrive, they appear to be very unhappy about the current situation, but Uncle Iroh is then seen cheering them on, bigging up the old people, which is also just so out of character for him, but in the best way possible. Sokka then tries to stop the competition, but Toph and Bumi either don't hear them or just don't really care. Either one seems highly likely for these two. The White Lotus then decides that they should be the ones to stop it by using bending. They then attack Bumi and Toph, putting an end to the fight, for now. Sokka at the end of the story declares that it was a draw and will require a rematch at some point in the future. But as of this recording, there is no round 2 released, and it is really unlikely to be released in the future, as this story is already over 2 years old at this point in time. But with that out of the way, tell me in the comments who you think would actually win this fight. Bumi, the over-the-hill hitter, or Toph, the runaway blind bandit. But with that, that's going to do it for me in this video, guys. I really hope you enjoyed and have a great rest of your day. Peace.